Hey, Janet.
Well, hello, everyone, and welcome. This is our Party Fest of November to Remember 2021. I am so excited to have you with us, whether you're watching the recording or you're here live with us tonight. This is our Party Fest, and I am Jackie Geisinger, representing the big party of the Amber region and the Onyx region tonight, as Luce Miller is out on vacation. So I'm excited to bring you a very special edition. As we get ready for a new year, we have so many important things to be thinking about, planning for, and we've got the perfect person to bring you the way to close the year and open 2022 to be all about you. Tonight, our guest is Belinda Ellsworth. She has been a professional speaker and business consultant for more than 25 years. She has helped thousands and thousands of people make better business decisions, create successful systems in all that they do. I'm going to tell you, I even had the cassette version of this. This is what changed my business way back in the 90s. It was Belinda Ellsworth when I became in love with success systems. Her iconic messages of good, solid business practices will stay with you forever, just like it did for me, and they will positively impact your life, your income, and your business. She is an international best-selling author of my other favorite book, Direct Selling for Dummies. So she also hosts Work From Your Happy Place, and she's going to tell you more because this is about Belinda Ellsworth. Please help me welcome Belinda Ellsworth.
Wow, what a great opening there, Jackie. Thank you so much. I have certainly appreciated our working relationship and our friendship over the years. So it's fun to be with all of you here tonight. I see many familiar faces, and I absolutely love that as well. So we're going to dive right in because I want to give you as much of the training as I possibly can. So one of the things that I am going to talk about tonight is mindset and skill sets. Now, I've always been a skill set trainer. I'm always about why you need to do something, how you need to do it, what to say, and exactly the verbiage. That's kind of been my game for 25 years. And I do believe that that is important for people. They need to know what to do, and they want to know what to say. But it's really interesting because I would go into a group, let's say a leader's room, and I would teach that group, and it might be as a half-a-day seminar. And I would have the leader later come back to me and say, gosh, Belinda, I had these two ladies at my event. They both were on fire. They left your meeting on fire. And one of them just went out and did everything while the other one did not change hardly at all. And so why do you think that is? And I remember back in the day, I used to say, well, I guess that one wanted it more than the other. And I've always believed that, like, oh, you just got to really want it and you got to go after it. But as the years have continued to progress, because some of the leaders would say, no, I think this other gal really wanted it. And I would say, well, deep down, she must not. But that really is not it. It is the mindset over skill set. And if you don't have a healthy mindset, if you don't believe you can, if you don't move the obstacles from out of your way, I can teach you skill sets all day long, and it will not make a difference. And so that's why we're going to put our emphasis tonight in the beginning on mindset. And then we will switch to ending this year strong with some really great skill sets, and then talking about, of course, moving into 2022. So one of the things, as I was planning the theme for the planner this year, I really sat and thought hard about what do I want that to be. In 2021, it was all about being intentional. And that is because we were having lots of fiery darts thrown at us and we were having to hang on for dear life, and we were having to find new ways to do business. And it was really important that you stayed extremely intentional about what you were doing, even if we had to compartmentalize because we were dealing with lots of other things within our lives. So this year, though, the one thing I keep hearing more than anything else, it's as we end out this year, is I'm just waiting for things to get back to normal. I can't wait for things to get back to normal. And as I listened to that and started doing a bit more research, what I realized is, and it's so interesting because I started doing a lot of research on what do successful people have in common. And I had already decided to make this my theme, which was dreams. And successful people, the number one thing that they have, there's 4 key things I'm going to talk about, but number one is they are big dreamers. They dream really big. And basically throughout this whole 18 months, almost 2 years now that we've gone through a pandemic, our businesses have changed, they've shifted, we've had to learn new things. The bottom line is most of us put our dreams on hold. We were in survival mode. We were in, I just need to keep my business going. I got to figure out how to get sales. I got to figure out how to do this. And we quit dreaming. And when you quit dreaming, you quit having purpose of why you're doing what you're doing. And having purpose, and that why is what will carry you through tough times. They'll carry you through rejection. They'll carry you through challenges. It'll carry you through everything. So that's what we're going to talk about first, is dreaming. And so how many of you have put your dreams on pause? You know, a dream is really the same as vision. And that's why you've heard me maybe in the past talk about the importance of a vision board. And here's the deal, guys. Goals are important. There's no doubt about it. And we're going to talk about goals because they're actually in our top 4 things that successful people have in common. However, when you have a goal without a dream attached to it, without vision attached to it, it will oftentimes go nowhere. And more importantly, let's say you fall short of your goal. So let's say that you say, I want to sell $5,000 this month. And you get all set on selling $5,000 and you sell $4,200, let's just say. Now, if you don't have that attached to a purpose or a dream or a vision of why you're doing this, your why, then you're going to be like disappointed that you didn't hit your goal. And you're going to say, oh, I don't even know why I bother. You know, I try to work as hard as I can. It doesn't make any difference what I do. And you're going to feel a little bit defeated in that. But if you have a strong vision and a strong dream purpose, and you come short of your goal, you're like, no big deal. I am that much closer to where I want to be. Now let me set my goal for the next month and let's figure out what I need to do. You still have this energy. You still have this excitement where when you don't have it attached to a dream, it can absolutely bring you down. So it is incredibly important that you have that why. Why are you doing this? What is your purpose? What is that vision? And that's why vision boards really and truly are an incredible thing. We're going to talk about that when we talk about the planner, which will be at the end. So the second thing that successful people have in common is they are enthusiastic. Now, I love this when I read it because I know you guys have heard me. I have talked about this being one of the key ingredients to success for the past 20 plus years. But to actually see this written out of the top 4 things that successful people have in common, it was like, wow. And what I want to talk to you about that is why is that? Because enthusiasm is contagious. People are attracted to you when you're enthusiastic. You know what? I've known Jackie for a long time, like 25 years just about, and we're friends. I mean, she's spent the night here. So we're in that way friends, but business colleagues too. Yet when she introduced me tonight, I couldn't help but be like, wow, that's so nice of her to be so enthusiastic about having me on here. It's just me, Belinda. But it's like, it made me feel what? Super empowered to bring you my best right then. No matter what I was going through before I got on here, I want to mirror her energy. And people will mirror what you put out. That is the number one thing you need to understand about enthusiasm. And it works both ways. So if you're enthusiastic or excited, people will be excited with you. If you are confident, people will be confident with you. But if you are hesitant, people will be hesitant with you. And if you are unsure, people will be unsure with you. And if you're lackadaisical, which believe it or not, that's how a lot of us become in business, is very lackadaisical. You know what? Your customers will be lackadaisical with you. So if you ring them up and say, oh my gosh, Cheryl, you're not going to believe what we've got available this year for our holiday specials. They're out of this world. She's going to be like, what? Tell me. But if you call her up and say, Cheryl, we've got our customer special catalog is out now. And I thought I would just make sure I forward that to you. I need the orders by, so let me know if you need anything. And she goes, okay, I'll take a look and I'll let you know. But the other way, she was like, oh my God, bring it on. Okay, let me think who I need to buy for. And you're creating this energy and excitement. And that's what happens. It happens with bookings. It happens with sales. And it happens with recruiting. People don't want to join a team of somebody that is like, well, if you want to join, we got a great kit special, or it's like, oh my gosh, this business is so fantastic. I love it so much. Here's what it can do for you. Here's what it's done for me. People are like, I want a part of that. And so enthusiasm is number 2. Number 3 is a positive attitude. We're going to talk about positive attitude right now because it's talked about a lot. But does anybody really dive in and really give you some concrete tips on how to keep that healthy, positive attitude? This is one thing that I will tell you that I know without a shadow of a doubt is your attitude will dictate your entire day. And when you have a bad day, you can continue to say, I'm having a bad day. I will tell you, I had a very unusually rough day today. However, it finally, I think, is getting resolved. And so that makes me happy. And so if we continue to just move forward, it doesn't mean everything's going to be fantastic. It's how we choose to react to it. It's how we choose to react to it is what makes all the difference. And every single day, my friends, you get to wake up and choose. Is the glass half full? Is the glass half empty? If the glass is half full for you, then your day is full of possibility. If the glass starts out half empty, your day is full of obstacles, challenges. So how you choose to see that glass will determine how you respond and react to things throughout the entire day. Now, what are some ways to help you with this positive attitude? I'm going to give you 3 key ones. Number 3 being the biggest. Number 1 is surround yourself with positive people. Now, I'm sure you hear this all of the time, but here's where I'm going to do a deep dive with you guys on this thing. So I'm sure you've heard motivational speakers say, you should eliminate the people from your life that don't support you or that aren't in your corner. And it's like, oh, right. How are you eliminating your mom and your husband and your sister? Like, it's kind of tough sometimes, right? You know what I'm talking about. So to be really super honest, you're not. But here's what you can do. And I know this firsthand. I can use a perfect example with my mother. So for years, I would go to her and say, oh, guess what? I got this convention. There's going to be like 5,000 people there. And she would say, oh, who's going to babysit your kids? I know I'm going to leave them at home by themselves. So she would always just bring me down. But guess what? It was my fault because I kept going back to that well for validation. I kept going back to her to be validated for something exciting. I wasn't going to get it from her. So am I going to eliminate my mother out of my life? No. But I can quit going to her for validation. I can quit going to her for that support. I just talked to her about gardening and recipes and just whatever else might be on her mind to chat about. But my business is not one of them. Every now and again, she'll say, how's your planner doing? I'll say, it's going good, and just leave it. Like, because she doesn't really want to know. So the truth of it is the sooner that you learn that and find the people who are your support system, that's who you go to in business when you're excited and when you're needing that little bit of help. That's going to help you to surround yourself with those positive people that you know have your back. And oftentimes it's going to be the people in this room right here. It's going to be the people that do something similar to you. It's going to be that best friend that loves you no matter what and is excited for you when you do have good things that happen. So that is part two of the number one is surround yourself with positive people. Number two is have your surroundings be positive. Now, this is a green screen for anybody that cares to know. I happen to like it. This green screen actually makes me happy. So because it would be how I would decorate my office, right? But if my real office, I have on the walls, I have framed signs of, positive sayings and quotes, and I have pictures. So over here, I've got a whole bunch of picture frames of different conventions and leaders that I've done things with. Behind me are all the pictures of my kids and my grandkids, because when I look around this office, I want to be surrounded with joy. What brings you joy? Have your surroundings be able to make you happy. I have a clock that drives my husband absolutely crazy because half the time it ends up on my recordings and he gets so mad at me. And it's because it's my Corvette clock and it has a different engine motor that goes off every hour. But that engine motor brings me about as much joy as anything else. So you know what? I just go, you know what? You just have to edit it out. Leave me alone. I like my clock. So these are the kinds of things that you surround yourself with. But the third one I told you was going to be the biggest. And that is, if you don't already keep a gratitude journal, then that is something you need to start. And this is on anything I looked up, the number one thing to keeping a positive attitude is keeping a gratitude journal. Now, I'm going to be super honest with you guys. I wasn't always really great about this. In fact, there were many, many years that I kind of poo-pooed this and thought, whatever. And somebody would give me one for Christmas and I'd do it for a hot minute, then I'd kind of forget about it. But when COVID happened and I lost a whole year's worth of bookings in about a second, I was freaking out like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? And the days that laid ahead were not easy. They were challenging. That is for sure. But you know what I did immediately? I knew I couldn't be in that mindset. I knew I couldn't be if I were going to get through it, I could not be in the mindset of what in the world am I going to do? I had to get in a different frame of mind. And so we actually were going to bring a gratitude journal into the planner. Why? Because I had been doing research on gratitude journals, and actually people that use gratitude journals, not only do they have a positive attitude, but they have an attitude of abundancy versus an attitude of scarcity. And for many of us, this is so key in the way that we run our direct sales businesses. The way we think, oh, people will only spend this much. They wouldn't spend this much. They wouldn't buy this whole bundle. Oh, I don't think she would want to join because she already makes a lot of money, or she wouldn't want to do this, or she's got a lot of kids. We start to think in a very scarcity mindset. Oh, she's one of my best customers. I don't want to recruit her because then I'll lose my best customer. Not imagining that that's going to bring you so much more incredible business. But that's a scarcity mindset. And they can't live together. This is a good news. You don't have an abundancy mindset and a scarcity mindset living together. So people that are constantly focused on what they're grateful for, what's good in their life, what they have to be thankful for, have an abundancy mindset. They also are about 40% more likely to achieve their goals. 40% more likely to achieve their goals. Why? Because they have a healthy, positive attitude. That's and they keep going. They're attached to that why. All these sort of intermingle with what I'm teaching you. Now, this is our new gratitude journal, which I am absolutely over the moon excited about. So last year, our very first one was really a nice little booklet, I'll call it. But people loved it. And we got such huge positive feedback from it. So this year, we kind of gave it a super facelift. It's a book now. And it's a flat lay binding book, which means it lays flat and it doesn't like pop up on you while you're journaling. And we added the 5 things every day that you're grateful for, but we also added themes and we added prompts. So this is like home and what is the favorite place, a favorite room in your house and why. And so then this can help prompt things on what you really are grateful for. So this is our new gratitude journal that comes alongside our bundle and or with our journal, with our planner. And I'll be talking about that in a minute. All right. So that is that positive attitude. And the 4th thing that successful people have in common is they set goals. Now, goals are just really, guys, I need you to understand this because we're so worried about this rejection or what if I fail? There is no failure. If you come short of a goal, it's just a benchmark. I want you to think of it like this, going on a journey. Say you were driving across the country. And if you were going across the country, the destination would be that what? That vision. Oh, we're driving to California. We're driving to Florida. We're driving to New York City, whatever that looks like. And you are going to do what? You're going to map out how far you want to drive in a single day. You're going to map out maybe when you'll stop and eat. You will map out like where you might need to stay the night. And you might even make a hotel reservation. Those are like those little goals. They're little benchmarks along the way. And sometimes, you feel like going, okay, we'll keep driving right now. Maybe you hit the place where you're going to be, but everybody feels good. So you say, I'm not really that hungry. Let's go another hour. You go another hour before you eat. Or maybe you get just so tired before you get to the destination of I remember my dad would always be like, we got to get to, I think it was Macon, Georgia, before we can spend the night on the way to Florida, and we would all be exhausted. And so then sometimes he would go ahead and get somewhere else. Now but he would be so frustrated with himself. We were all just like, oh my gosh, we want to go to bed. So the point of that story is you don't say, oh, I'm not going to Florida now because we didn't make it to that destination. You get up the next day and you keep on driving. You keep on going. That's what goals are. They're measurable, actionable steps on your journey to that what? That vision, your purpose, your why. So there's 2 key things with goal setting that successful people have in common on this, because everybody can set a goal, right? But they are persistent, which means they keep at it and they do not give up. And number 2 is a close sister. They're consistent in their endeavors. So they keep at it. They keep doing the things that are going to keep them going. And there are plenty of things that you can be consistent in. Now I'm going to start to ease my way into the skill set training. We're just going to kind of now bridge it. All right. So let's talk about consistency. Like consistency with follow up is so important. And, I'm just going to throw this out. It is not part of my training tonight, but it's on my mind. And it's because it really falls into the category of fear of rejection. But what's so incredible about follow up is when I talk to people about why they do it or why they don't, every single time it's like, oh, I don't want to bug anybody. My fear is I'll push people away. But I have interviewed hundreds of people on this. And guess what? Customers' number 1 complaint is when you don't get back with them. You push them away because you don't follow up with them. They're like, I'm going to find another consultant. Wow, I'm going to get somebody else. And so here's the deal, guys. The very thing that you're afraid of, you create by not doing it. It kind of blows me away in the area of follow-up. So you want to be consistent with that. You want to be consistent with posting. like on your page. You want to be consistent with going live. Like when we first started doing the Tuesday nights at 9 o'clock, there was a couple hundred people on there. And I remember saying after the first or second one, I don't know if this is going to be worth it. I'll do it for the month of July and we'll see where it goes. But guess what? It started gaining a little bit of momentum, and then it started gaining more. And it's not unusual to have as much as 1,800 people on there on a Tuesday night. But if I had given up, if I had said, oh, this isn't going to work from the very get-go, it took me building that. It took consistency. And I have been consistent in that. I have missed, I think, a grand total of 2 out of the entire time I've been doing it. And one I had the flu and the other one was for a funeral. So I'm pretty doggone committed to that. And that is part of your whole journey, is how committed are you to doing it. So consistency, finding those areas. I'm like Jackie, I teach systems because I love systems. And that leads us to our next bridge, and that is being prepared. How prepared are you? Because the more prepared you are to do business, the more likely and easier it will be for you to do it. The less likely that you're prepared, you give yourself more room to talk yourself out of it. And that's just the truth of it. The less prepared you are, the more you give yourself room to just not do it. So let's talk about some examples with that. Number 1 is your leads. How prepared are you with your leads? Are they in a place where you can readily find them? That's one of the reasons we put the lead pages in the back of the planner, is so that you can have them right there with your calendar, right there with your schedule. So when you sit down for a few minutes and you're like, oh, I've got time, I'm going to make some calls, you can just pull out your planner. One of the things that we heard, got several requests is, Belinda, I love having my leads in my planner, but I'm always having to flip through to find them. So can you add a tab for leads? And we're like, oh, that's an easy no-brainer add to the planner. So that is one of the things we added this year. So very, very easy to flip to those. What's another thing you can be prepared with? If you're going to do online parties or online classes or whatever you want to refer to it as, an online shopping experience is what I really like to go with these days. And if you're having one of those, do you have an image bank? Do you have already posts that you can just immediately schedule and turn around? Do you have at least 10 product videos in your bank, short 90-second videos that you can post quickly? This is being prepared. That way, when somebody says, oh yeah, I'll do one this week, I've got a bunch of friends that are going to gather together, and so yeah, let's throw it up there. You're like, okay. So that is how you're prepared. Are you prepared online on your desktop with an opportunity packet? If someone, let's say you post a really awesome lifestyle photo of, oh, look at my new holiday decorations I got, or dishware that I got, or new Thanksgiving dishes. And I did this because of my extra money. I was able to get this the month with my extra income from my JAFRA business. And somebody goes, dang, like, I want to know more about that. And so how ready are you? Because they want it right now. In 30 seconds, are you able to go to desktop, click, there's the information packet. There you go. The more prepared you are, the easier it is to do business, and the less likely you are to talk yourself out of it. So that is, we did mindset. We kind of we're switching into things that are both mindset and skill set. And now we're going to talk about some hardcore skill sets. So one of those things, obviously, for years when I had a team, so for 16 years, I was in the field just like yourselves. And so the first thing that I would say to any single person on my team was, you need to get a planner, and your planner should work for you. Your planner needs to be a business system. So if you really want to be successful in the skill set area, you need to be focused, you need to be committed, you need to be consistent, and you need to be organized, because organization allows you to save time. Guys are always looking for more time. I wish I had more time. Well, the more organized you are, the less time you waste. So your lack of organization will cost you more time than almost any other single thing. So think about ways that you can organize things, creating consistency. On Mondays, I do this. On Tuesdays, I do this. Now we're getting into scheduling. Successful people schedule things. They plan. That's why having a really good planner that works with you, alongside of you, to be able to help you to stay focused, stay committed, create accountability, and offer all the things that we're talking about is super important. Now we're going to talk about 3 things to end this year strong for you. And they are the 3 things that you know, that you know, that you know. And they are bookings, selling, and recruiting. So I am going to talk about, I'm not going to talk about how to recruit first, but I do want to talk about recruiting first. Because there is a strange phenomenon that is going on throughout our country, which is an interesting thing that we have not seen, some people are saying, since the 1950s. And that is that a tremendous amount of people, to the tune of almost 7 million women, have decided they are not going back to work full time. A bunch of the rest of the people have decided that they're not going back to the job they had, no matter what. Never in a time in history have we had people say, you know what, I'm just not going to do that anymore. I need something different. I need to find something different. Now, November, December, they're not always, I'm not going to say, because Jackie's going to go, no, don't say that. So I'm not saying that nobody, excuse me, that nobody will join, but they're not your biggest recruiting months. You know, we've got other months of the year that are your big recruiting months. November and December are your big selling months. November should be your big booking month. But this is why it's important about recruiting. You still need to be talking about it. You need to be building that lead pool. Why? Because you're going to see more people than you probably are ever going to see in these 2 months. So even though people might be not saying, I want to start a business right here at Christmas time, they're going to be doing things in the new year. And here is the amazing thing. Come this new year, 2022, people are going to need to figure out. They've kind of rested on, what do I want to do? They've been sitting and thinking it out. They've been gathering information, and people are going to make a decision come 2022. And here's what we do know statistically, that 46% of people are saying, I am looking for a side hustle. I want to diversify my income. And here is why people think that direct sales is a good choice. And they're not the same things that I've always taught forever. Number one is, and I know we talk about this, but we don't talk about it in these exact words. Their exact words when interviewed is the ease of getting started. So they're thinking of starting their own business. Like, you know, if they say they were going to sell something, they're going to sell crafts, or they're going to sell whatever. They have to get a website. They have to get a merchant account. They have to source their products out. The ease of getting started here is like it is a business in a box. And I know that we get so wrapped up in all the fancy stuff of saying this, that, the other thing. But the truth of it is, it's just the ease of getting started. It is a low cost entry, and everything is done for them that they can start making money, what? Almost on day one, honestly. So that's one. Here's number two, which was the surprise to me. And this is what is a really great fit with JAFRA. And that is, they want a well-established brand. So they don't want to spend years developing their own brand or trying to create their own brand. And you guys have a, what, 60-year, what is it? Something along that lines, 50 plus year track record of success In a successful brand, 65. I knew it was over 60. And then when Jackie did that, I thought, oh, it's 50. I goofed up. So it is a well-trusted brand. And then the third reason is what? The sisterhood. That I want to hang out with a like-minded group of people. And so that is what you offer. It's good to know, though, that that's what's on their mind, because when we're talking about the business, there's lots of little things we can throw out. But when you're throwing out the things that are on their mind, you are going to create more interest. You are going to create more interest. So we'll come back and talk a little bit more about recruiting as we continue in this training. So the thing I want to talk about right now, though, is bookings. And here we are, I think we're on the 9th of November. You still have plenty of time to get bookings yet in November and in early December. Now that booking might be in person, it could be online, it could be a one-to-one. A booking could be anything you want it to be. Now, when we talk about a party, it's usually more than one. Just think of it like that. A party is just more than one. It's more than a one-to-one. I would avoid using the word party right now, and I'm going to tell you why. And that is because in person, when people think of a party, they think of a large group of people. And even though there are some people that are willing to meet together, it's in their bubble. It's a small group of people that they're willing to get together with. Online, people are tired of hearing online party. So instead, use more words like, how would you like to gather a group of friends together for a fun, unique shopping experience? How would you like to gather a group of your friends together for a fun, unique shopping experience? That's where you can learn about some of the best products in the marketplace. I'm going to share some great gift giving items with you for the holidays. And we're going to have some fun. We'll do some giveaways, and it'll be more fun shopping than your friends have had in a very long time. Oh, that sounds like fun. And I've got some really nice gifts for you for doing it. They're like, oh, okay. Now, if you can even say that, you can do this in person if you like. We could do it online if you like. And you know what? If you'd rather, we can do a combination of both. We can invite a few of your friends over to experience the products firsthand, and then we can invite those that aren't able to come, are uncomfortable coming, or just plain live out of the area. And you can have a really great event. This is often referred to right now in the industry as doing a hybrid party, but it is definitely a way to present it. The other thing, if you have not done a multiple host event online, then you are missing the boat, because this is the way that people are generating more sales, spending less time, creating more excitement and engagement. So a multiple host event is where you just go, say, live one night, and you've got multiple hosts. You do the party, say, over 5 days, and people are seeing your post. What's exciting about it is if you have 5 hosts with all of our guests in there, you've got more engagement. Facebook loves that. They push it out to more people. You've got more testimonials that you can go with. It's not any different than when you did it with one host, except that you've got 5. And they love it because it makes them feel like, oh, what if nobody shows up to mine? There's a little bit of, I'm not worried about it as much. Instead of calling it a multiple host event, just call it, how would you like to be part of my holiday extravaganza? I am so sorry. So create some excitement and some energy around that. So these are a couple of tips that I want to give you. If you don't have as many bookings as you would like, getting your customers together, you could have one big multiple host event. You could do 2 of those before the end of the year. You could end up doing 10 parties. You could do 5 on one night, 5 on another night. So you've got plenty of time. Do not fall prey to, oh, well, the month's already gone and people are, they're not going to book. That is not true. 2 things are true of right now. Number 1, people are in more of a gathering mode. It's holiday and they're getting excited and they want to be with other people, even if that means being with them online. Jackie asked me if I wanted to see the gallery view tonight. And I'm like, yes, I want to see their faces. I want to like be present with them because this is still our best way of connecting right now. But the second thing is that people are in buying mode right now. They are in not only just shopping for themselves, it gives them more permission to shop for themselves, but to shop for others as well. So get those bookings. Number 2 is sales. So I want you to really think about doing good reservicing, reaching out to your past customers, your super fans. Those are your good customers. Pick up that phone, reach out to them, wishing them happy holidays, acknowledge them. How can I help you? You know, not, are you needing anything? Because they might go, oh yeah, I don't need this. How can it help you with your holiday shopping? We've got some of the most amazing gift sets this holiday I've ever seen. How can I help you? Let's start with, who do you need to buy for? So by helping people or giving them thoughts, like in your VIP group, for example, you not only want to tell people like, we've got this great holiday special. Like I was talking with Lori the other day and I said, oh, but maybe, and I was getting some things for some staff members. And I said, well, you know, she probably wouldn't like this because she's young. And she said, oh, are you kidding? La, 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 la. But really, if she just started out, and we were just having a conversation, so I'm not picking on her. But if she started out and said, this is a great gift for this person, any young girls that you have, like the young 20 somethings absolutely love this. And then suddenly you're like, oh, bam. So you have to help give people ideas for not just what the product is, but who would want that product? Who is it good for? Who would they need to buy for? So that is one thing. Another thing, we talked about consistency, but going live in your VIP groups and pick out, like I know that JAFRA already has this holiday catalog. Pick some things from that. Pick the top 10 best gift giving items and go live every day with a couple of the items that are in that holiday catalog. Don't just post a catalog or put a link to a catalog and say, hey, if you need anything, let me know. No one's going to grab onto that or even open it or even think about it. You need to go live every day, showcasing 1 or 2 of those items every single day. Pick out your top 10 best sellers and go live every day. You could still go. We're still at the 9th, which is the 10th. I said I was going to do it every day in November in my group. I haven't done it yet, but I said also I'm going to do it for 20 days. So I was giving myself some grace. So starting tomorrow, I need to get with the program. That's all there is to it. So you can do it too, but go live 10 days every day with maybe something that's in that holiday brochure and 10 days every day with our most popular items, no matter what. Because there's other things that aren't in that holiday brochure that are still your best sellers, that are still going to be awesome. So, you know, make sure that you're having fun in that VIP group, but creating engagement. And the more that you can go at the same time, it's better. But it doesn't have to be when you're doing it every day like that, but keep them short, sweet, and simple. That's the key to getting them to come back the next day. If you keep it under 3 minutes, the next day they're like, oh, I'm going to see what she's got tomorrow. Tomorrow, I'm going to have some more of our great specials, but you have to keep them short, sweet, and simple to get them coming back for more. That's why those 90-second product videos work so well when you are posting on a party, those first 2 days, when you're doing pre-posts, getting people excited and engaged. A lot of times people will scroll past a 20-minute video, but if they see a 90-second video, they'll watch it. Then they'll watch another one. Then they'll watch another one. And then you've got them hooked, which helps with your attendance and many other things. So sales can also be offering corporate gifts, meaning like a doctor's office that might need to buy for his staff. Right now, people are overworked. They're struggling to keep up with a lot of things. And if you can make their life easier by saying, hi, you know, I represent this fabulous line of skincare and body care products, and I would love to assist you with your holiday shopping for your staff. I'm happy to gift wrap it. Now, you should go in that having a couple of little bundles picked out, like little gift sets. If they got to sit and say, well, would you like this? Would you like that? Would you like to do this? We could throw in that. People are going to be like, no, you know what? It's okay. Because they don't have the time to think about it. They don't have time to figure it out. So it's price points, guys. And the same thing when if you're doing wish lists for women, that's another thing you can do in your VIP group. If anybody wants to go into a drawing for this beautiful basket of products, I need your wish list by Wednesday with who the person that is their contact info, the person likely to buy for you. Then if you call up a guy and you just say, well, she likes this and she likes this, she likes, I don't know, I don't care. Well, you know what? I put together some of the things she's liked. We've got a $50 basket, a $100 basket, and a $150 basket. We'll get her pretty much everything that she wants. Just do the $150 basket. Awesome. Thank you. Credit card, please. Goodbye. That's how that goes, my friends. But you've got to be what? Ready. You got to be ready. You can't just go to somebody, especially somebody that doesn't know your products, and say, well, we've got this and we've got this and we got this. Or you could do the almond, or you could do this, or you could do this, or you could do this. And then people are like, oh, I don't know. So you just want to pick out, think about price points. That's the key. So that's exactly how my male clients shop. It's spot on. So you know what? You got to help them. You got to help them out. And they'll shop and they'll spend a lot. So don't limit yourself on what your bundle prices are. I was just throwing a couple out there. More than likely, you're not going to have one for 50 bucks. So anyway, but for teachers, have one for 25 to 40, $25 to $40 that people might want to get. So you got to think about who that customer is and what some of those price points are. So the last thing that I do want to talk about is recruiting briefly, and then we're going to talk about the planner. So recruiting. I've already given you kind of some new statistics and some new little tips and feedback, but I will tell you, I teach these 4 rules of recruiting and I've taught them forever. And guess what? There's some things in this business that have changed, and these are not one of them. They are still your 4 basic rules of recruiting. And number 1 is always invite everyone. Always invite everyone. You have to open your mouth. You have to create the interest. But here's what's important in this, and it's probably the number 1 tip I'm going to give you for recruiting. You have to create a safe zone or a safe space for people to be curious. You're creating interest, but oftentimes you guys create the interest and then you try to close the deal all in the same breath. And people just aren't ready to take that leap with you. So then they don't even act like they're interested at all. So it is very important to use those soft word choices versus hard word choices. Hard word choices are make a decision. So things like, hey guys, if you're looking for a fun, flexible way to make some extra income while you're also getting some fabulous products for yourself at a great deep discount, then this business is one for you to take a look at. We make a very good income. It's easy to get started. We have a great group of women here to support you. You see how I've hit on those things that I've already kind of talked about. And then many of you go for the kill. So if you're ready to get started, let me know. If you want to join, I've got this great kit special right now going on. So so if you'd like to take a closer look, if you'd like to know more information, if you would like to know what our company is all about, please let me know. I'll gladly get that information to you. Now, here's a big tip that I'm going to give you in this. Here's something right now that people don't like. In fact, people will be put off by is when you are on Facebook and you say, oh, I've got this really great opportunity. And if you want to know more, private message me. So people feel, oh, it's a scam. If she can't talk about it right out loud, then there must be some hidden things. There's strings, there's whatever. People automatically go into, this isn't going to work. So instead say things like, if you would like to know more information, then just comment below or feel free to private message me. Either way, I'm happy to get you the information. So somebody asks a question. It's actually good if somebody asks a question. I never really understood why everybody wants to get everybody offline. What if you get a nice thread of questions going and then other people are going, oh my gosh, I didn't know that that's all it was. That's great. So that's, you actually want to encourage that. One lady told me recently, you know, I've always said, if you want to just take a look, she goes, you know what, Belinda, I took your words and just changed it a little bit more. And I've been saying, if you want to take a peek, just let me know. And she goes, I can't believe how many more people are like, oh, sure, I'll take a peek at it. Like it seems less invasive, or it seems less committal. I'll just take a peek at what you have to offer. And she said, that's been a game changer for me. And I'm like, whatever, like it's soft word choices that are comfortable for you. So that one is number one, and it is the biggest. Number two is never prejudge. Don't, you know, I've been doing this honestly now 40 years, which seems impossible, but it is, and it's crazy. But in 40 years, you would think I would have mastered this, but yet I have not. And that is, you cannot look at anybody and determine whether they will be good at this business or not. I wish I had a crystal ball, and you all want the crystal ball. You want to go, I don't want to recruit people that aren't going to be any good. You do not know. And so by saying I'm going to prejudge, the people you thought were going to be great usually are duds, and the people that are duds end up blowing it out of the water. And you want to know why? In large part, it's because of that mindset, and it's because their why and their purpose is bigger than the girl who talked a lot about it. And that's the truth of it, you guys. So don't prejudge. Number three is always talk about your business. Open your mouth, create that interest in your parties and when you're doing your one-on-ones. Talk about the business opportunity. Don't leave it out. And number four, fill your lead pool. You're not looking for recruits, you're looking for leads. The more interest you create, the more leads you will get. And the more leads that you get, the more people that will join your team. So that concludes our training tonight. But now I do want to, and I've got a fun planner to give away too, so hang with me. I do want to tell you a little bit about our planner. So I have been creating systems and tools and trainings for the last 25 years. The one thing that I have always promoted to everybody is to have a good planner, but I did not really want to get into the planner business. For me, that seemed like a lot of work. And I was right about that. It is a lot of work. So that part was absolutely true. But after much encouragement of people saying, Belinda, this industry needs a planner that can really help people with their direct selling business, I really took a hard look. And you know what? There really wasn't one out there that fit the needs of this industry. And so 5 years ago, we came out with our first one. It wasn't great, but it did serve a purpose and people loved it. And they said, you know, we would love even more if you added this or if you added this. And every single year we have tweaked this planner. And every single year it has gotten better to meet your needs. And one of the things we've added this year are 3 social media pages to help you organize and to help you stay on task of your social media. Why? Because it's an important part of our business today. We can't ignore that. So I had to be smart and say, okay, so when we developed the planner this year, I said, and if had I, because I'm always designing it a year earlier, when I designed last year's a year earlier, I had no idea that COVID was going to even exist. And so it's like, okay, we've got to do this. So I want to just tell you a little bit about this planner. So it is a soft vinyl binding on it, which just makes it, when they're those really big, heavy coils, it makes it hard for you to flip your pages, and it's hard writing your hand against. So it is flexible. We did increase the weight by actually quite a bit this year on the thickness of the paper. So your cover is a little bit more sturdy. And as weird as it is, it makes the planner feel lighter. Everyone goes, oh, your planner's lighter this year. I'm like, no, it weighs the exact same amount, but it's the distribution of weight makes it feel different. It's funny. So a couple of the big things, I already told you, we have the tabs, and then we have that new tab for the leads. We have a full-size pocket, which is a double-sided pocket in the back. And we have a full page of fun stickers for you to use with your planner that are all very appropriate for your direct selling business. But what makes this planner awesome is what's inside. I'm just going to cover a few of the pages. This I love because it is your first 100 days in business and your work-life balance. Now, the 100 days in business is great for a new person, but I've got a leader right now that has taken her whole team the first 100 days of January, February, and March through this. Let's all pretend we're jump starting our business and do these 100 days. The work-life balance, you know what's great about that is this is what leads you. I'm very purposeful about this. So we want you to think about the big buckets of your whys. What do you want different in your life, in your health, in your family? And then that helps lead you to really designing an incredible vision board. So this then is your vision board. You can put little pictures on there. You can draw, put sayings. You can copy things online. You can print those off and stick them in your book. People do such creative things. It's so awesome. Which then if you have your vision board, that leads you to your business strategy and goal pages for the year. So it's very purposeful. Big buckets, vision board, goal setting, so that you are very purposeful in what you are doing. These are two of our new social media pages. We've got, here's the things you should be doing on a regular basis in your personal page, your business page, your VIP groups, and Instagram. And then we've got a sample of what a good content calendar looks like. So as you are scheduling posts with your team or with your VIP groups, this is going to give you some really great ideas on how to outline that. This is the beginning of the month. Every month, we've got your top things to focus on. You've got places to write on the people that you want to connect with. And then we've got a place for all of your stats. This is absolute truth, 100%. What you track is where you will grow. And that is so important for you to track your numbers. What did you do this same time last year? What were your numbers this month? We also have this little yellow icon there. And last year was our first year that we did this. And I added training videos to the planner. We had 16 last year. And this year there are 21 training videos embedded into this planner. So every single month, you're going to get to hear from me where I give you great tips of motivation, inspiration, and tips on how to work your business. One of the hardest things for people, or their greatest challenge when we've done surveys with people, is like, I start with a planner and I fall off. But when you're there every month, when I listen to you, it's like, come on, this is what you're going to do this month. I'm like, okay, I need to stick with this. And so if it helps you to stick with it, that's the greatest piece. So there's 21 training videos in here. And then we have 2 calendars, the month at a glance. And I am very big on a month at a glance. I was just looking at a planner, another planner today. I'm always ordering planners. So I got another one today and I wanted the whole unboxing experience because I want mine to be better. So I'm always looking at what are other people's, and mine definitely was better than this one. So for one thing, she said reusable stickers. Now, what do you think reusable stickers means? You can stick them on and then peel them off and use them again. No. So that was a false advertisement. So anyways, but it did not have the month at a glance. It just had the dailies. And I have to tell you, to me, this is so much more important because why? When you look at an empty calendar, you will get your butt moving. When you can look at a whole month and say, oh, I don't have anything this third week of the month. What do I need to get in there? So it makes you much more proactive instead of reactive. Your dailies are your reactive. What am I going to schedule? When am I scheduling it? This allows you to do time blocking. Goes all the way to 9 o'clock at night. We did add in the top things to do, and you have your health trackers over here on the side. This continues throughout the entire planner. We do add January of the next year because we know you're already booking things right now in November into January, right? And We have a year in a glance, like how did your year work out? How did you do as compared to your goals? We have a bookshelf. We have an apps and resources page. So we have a little bit of everything sprinkled in this planner for you. So that is our planner. The planner is $48. I was looking online today. Erin Condren's 8.5 by 11 is $65 this year, because most all planners have gone up because of the paper increases. And we really kept ours at very close to the same price that it was last year. So it's $48. You can split it into 4 payments. But I want to tell you about this awesome bundle that we have. It's called the I Want It All bundle. Now you can buy any of these things separately, but when you buy them together, you have a incredible savings. So in the I Want It All bundle, you get the planner, and then you get the gratitude journal, which in my opinion, those two work hand in hand together. So that's, you get the mindset of gratitude. You also get this leader planning guide. And this leader planning guide, there's nothing else like it on the marketplace anywhere. What it does is take you through every single month and how you want to work with your team. It gives you ideas. It gives you meeting ideas. It gives you challenge ideas. And this year we laid it out different than last year's. Last year we laid it out with like, here's what you might want to do in January. Here's what you might want to do in February. But what we realize is everybody's different. Everybody has different cycles. So we laid it out this year. Here are all the challenges you might want to do around bookings. Here's all of the challenges you might want to do around recruiting. Here's all of the challenges that you might want to do around in your VIP group, or to give people to do in their VIP group. We laid it all out beautifully for you. So even if you're not a leader, but you're aspiring to be a leader, you're going to get tons of great ideas and information in this. But there's great trackers. We also added this year people to connect with. So these are team members, people close to promoting, people that might be ready to fall off or inactive, and you want to connect with them. So this is our leader planning guide, and there is 16 video trainings in this year. And then we have this awesome little accessory pack, which is markers, 2 sets of Post-it notes of your top 10 things to do. We've got our magnetic bookmarks this year, which are awesome. And then you get 3 extra pages of stickers. Now that whole bundle is valued at $154. So if you bought everything separate, it would be $154. But when you buy it all together, it's just $119. Is there a daily calendar area to write more details other than the monthly and sidebar? There is room at the bottom. Some people use their daily calendar because they don't have things going from early morning all the way to night. They'll use parts of that to write things in. That's what I am told with that. There is a sidebar on the one side, and there's room at the bottom to write of each day. So we have given you more space to write. So again, you buy the I Want It All bundle, it's $119, and you get everything that I've shown you, plus you get free shipping. Plus, we are having an awesome summit called Spring Into Action this February. And that registration for that is $97. And when you buy the I Want It All bundle, you get a free ticket to that summit. So it makes the whole package worth about $266. And again, we do have Sezzle, which means you can split it into 4 payments. And guys, if you buy it now, you can start getting your planner ready for January, which is a lot of fun. So Jackie mentioned our Direct Selling for Dummies book. When you do order the planner or the I Want It All bundle, there'll be a pop-up that comes up. And we have 2 different things that you can get as a add-on or a bump up. And one of them is our launch box that has the Direct Selling for Dummies book, workbook, and 5 additional courses. It's a $345 value. You can get it for $58. It's a one-time only. And then we also have our Recruiting Made Easy series, which is 11 hours worth of material on recruiting. And that's a $300 value, and you can choose that for $58 if you so desire. Anyone grabbing the planner or the bundle can join our DSN, which is an amazing membership group absolutely free for 2 months. So you get it for 60 days, and then it's only $15 thereafter. If you decide to drop out at any given time, you can, but we have so much great things in there. Myself, I train weekly. Melanie Moore is in there. Lori's in there. We really work with our members. They're very, very special to us. So we hope you'll take us for a test drive and grab your free gift when you purchase your planner. So that's all I have, Miss Jackie.
Oh my gosh, I hope they're all saying Merry, Merry Christmas to themselves and saying, yes, I must have it, because you must. It's a must. So Belinda, we absolutely love mindset, and we love all the skill set that went with it today. And I'm going to hit the go now button and go order your planner. Don't order it in January. My favorite thing to do at year end, it's like you hit the holidays and you just plan that whole year. So it's a must. It's like your own stocking stuffer right now. So she said it right. Get it now, get it ready. Belinda, we love you. Oh my gosh, you guys, the last person we saw live was that 2020, a national conference, was Belinda.
No, that was my last live convention that I did. I just can't even still believe it. People will go, what was the last live thing you did? I'm like, JAFRA Cosmetics. I can't even believe it.
I feel so lucky it was you. So that's the best part. You are still with us, and we are just so happy. And we love what you've created for direct sellers. I'm going to tell everybody, you've got to follow Belinda. She is system magic. If you've ever worked with me, I'm all about systems and structures. You all know what I did Monday through Friday because of her $1 million organization and all the training tools. So I say yes to everything she said for each of you. So I didn't see a lot of questions out there. So Lori, was there anything we missed? I know we have some winners that Belinda wanted to announce. So we had been posting it. There was only one broken link and I corrected it, ladies and gentlemen. So it had been being posted for 2-3 weeks. So if you missed it, it's okay. Don't worry, buy your own. But Belinda's got an announcement on our winners. And we are so very excited, by the way, to announce who that is. So take it away, Belinda.
All right. So to answer Evelyn's question real quick, she says, I'm online ordering, but I don't see the recruiting program. It's after you check out. So it will pop up and say, and it is kind of hard to catch, where they changed it on us this year. So it'll pop up and say, would you like to add one of these to your order? And the launch box will be there, and the recruiting made easy will be there. And they are both $58. So that is how that works. So our winner tonight, Jackie, but she needs to be present. So she'll have to say, woohoo, I'm here, is Norma Lopez.
Oh, I see her right now.
Oh, that's awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So Norma is our winner. Donna will reach out to you, or however Lori does that. Lori will do it and give you the link to order. You can go on there. There'll be a special code for you, and then you can order any additional items that you might want to add to that, Norma. So thanks so much again, Jackie, for having me. And thanks to Lori for her help tonight. It always makes me feel better when I have somebody that I know is going to take care of the logistics. So thank you, ladies.
There was one question, which is a good one to point out. Somebody asked if the planner is included in the bundle. It absolutely is. So the planner by itself is $48. You get the entire thing and the free ticket to the summit and free shipping and for $119, which is just, it's a no-brainer. When you add in Sezzle, which allows you just to, as you're checking out, lets you do a payment plan. It works perfectly. It's a great deal, you guys. And it really is. I mean, even compared to last year, it's so much better even than last year. And last year was great. So check it out, grab yours, grab one for a team member. These are great recognition gifts too. So there's some buy 10, like you can buy 10 gratitude journals, or you can buy 10 things like that you can actually buy at a discount and then gift to your teams as well. I know some of your leaders here. So.
And Lori, I'm seeing a couple of questions like, okay, I went to check out, the code disappeared. Lori put her information in the chat. If you have anything that you have questions on or had a hiccup with the ordering, go ahead, reach out to Lori. we'll take care of you and we'll make sure you get what you need, right? So
For those of you watching the replay, my email, it's very easy. It's Lori,
Yes,
Lori @stepintosuccess.com. So if you get stuck, shoot me an email and I will take care of you because you are my people.
yes, we will take care of you. Believe me,
right.
believe me. We want you utilizing all of this fabulous training. So Norma Lopez, are you out there? We unmute. We just have to see Norma.
I
Norma,
am
Norma.
here. I'm so excited. I too have your training from way back when. I think you were in LA with JAFRA years ago. So I have a lot of your stuff and I just love your energy every single day, you know, so thank you.
Thank you. One of those trips to LA, and it was only like 3 months before she passed away, or 4 months, I got to stay with Jan Day. And that was a highlight of my career. That was super special. And we ended up having an earthquake in the meeting at that Saturday, which was, I had never experienced an earthquake either. So just a tiny one, but all the lights shook and I was like, wow.
So fun. Well, from all of us, Belinda, we're going to do our gallery goodbye.
Okay.
But did you all love Belinda?
Yes, absolutely.
These are our high fives. Congrats. Thank you, everybody, for being here live. Belinda Ellsworth, we absolutely love you. We wish you and your team and your family a happy holiday season. And thanks for making ours the happiest. Bye, Belinda. Thank you so much.